Hi everyone, this is Patrick Gardetsky at signalwizardsystems.com, and in the video today I'm going to show you how to use the Arbitrary Equalizer. The Arbitrary Equalizer is selected by clicking on the Arbitrary Equalizer tab about the top middle of the program. And when you click on that, you'll be presented with a plot which initially shows a flat line, meaning that all frequencies are set to 0 dB. In order to change the equalizer profile, all you need to do is to click anywhere within that area. When you click with the left mouse button, a new marker will appear, and it will join the line from the start point to that marker to the end. If you continue to click, new markers will be added, and that revised profile is the equalizer profile, which you can then download to the system, which I will discuss later. The position of the markers can be adjusted simply by positioning the cursor over the marker that you're interested in, holding down the left button and dragging as required. Any marker can also be deleted by positioning the cursor over the particular marker and clicking with the right mouse button. This will remove the particular marker and it will redraw the arbitrary equalizer profile. The cursor position controls, which are shown in the lower left of the program, show the gain at the particular frequency which is given by the position of the cursor. In the view area, just to the right of the cursor position area, are 4 checkboxes. They control the visibility of the markers, the axes, the grid and the crosshairs. The crosshairs are particularly useful because as you move the cursor around the plot area, the crosshairs move with it, so you can get a very accurate representation of the frequency and the gain at that particular point. By default, the vSound software generates an arbitrary equalizer profile using smooth spline curves to link up the control markers, and the curve tension can be controlled using the curve tension slider as shown. If a linear interpolation rather than a spline interpolation is required, we can select that using the appropriate radio box, or instead we can use a step function rendering, which is also known as a zero-order hold representation. And with any of the renderings, we can move markers around as required. Now I'm going to return the arbitrary equalizer profile to its default condition. I will select spline curves, and then I will reset everything to 0 using the All 0 button on the lower right hand side of the program. What I'm going to do now is to show you how to generate a very selective notch filter or peak filter. So I'm going to move the cursor over to the left hand side of the plot profile and position 3 markers. When I select the middle marker, I can drag that down or up and it won't affect the positions of the 2 adjacent markers. And as you can see, that generates a very selective filter. As with the graphic equalizer, any arbitrary equalizer profile that I generate, I can also save. So that's what I'm going to do now. And just to show you that it has been saved, I will 0 the filter as shown and reopen the profile that we've just generated. Once you're happy with your arbitrary equalizer profile, it can be downloaded to the vSound hardware using the download button, which is on the lower right of the software, and it's done in exactly the same way as we download for the graphic equalizer. When the equalizer has been downloaded, we can turn it on or off using the equalizer radio buttons, which are on the left hand side of the program. And if you select status, it will show you whether or not the equalizer is switched on or off. You can also select the equalizer using the equalizer buttons on the lower right hand side of the program. Other features include response export, which you do in the same way as with the graphic equalizer. You just click on export response and it will export the impulse response so that it can be used in third-party software. You can also change the markers from circles to squares using the radio buttons as shown. Finally, there is a context-sensitive help button which gives you all the information you need about how to design an arbitrary equalizer. That's about it for today. If you have any questions, as ever, you can contact us through our website www.signalwizardsystems.com, or you can send us an email. Thanks very much for watching and listening.